The topic of today's presentation, training, whatever you want to call it, is how to ethically steal customers from your competitors and dominate your market with mass personalized cold email campaigns. And I want you to stay until the very end of this presentation because I'm going to be showing you the exact three-step framework you need to follow to get results with cold email, how to write good cold emails, how to stay out of the spam folder, how to build a list of a Dream 100 clients, and how to implement cold email into your business, even if you don't have the time to do it on your own. This presentation is going to be extremely actionable. I'll be, stopping for Q&A, getting a pulse check on what you guys are thinking and any questions you have. I'm going to be having you guys take notes, write your own cold email scripts out. So be ready to pay attention, lock in for the next 60 or so minutes, probably a little bit less than that. Get ready to take some notes and let's get into it. So who am I? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christian. I'm from upstate New York. If anyone's from New York, Saratoga, the horse track, would love to connect. One of my favorite places in the world. I'm a cold email copywriter by trade, a very specific job title, right? No one really says, hey, I'm a cold email copywriter, right? I'm a marketer. I'm a copywriter. I probably have the most specific marketing role you can imagine. And I've written cold emails for well over 2,000 businesses at this point since 2021. And I've coined the one sentence cold email, the Loom video cold email strategy, and have gotten results for name the offer, name the service. I've written cold emails for it. So also the co-founder at ListKit, the software company you see here, and Client Ascension, a coaching program that helps people scale with cold email and ads and content. So fun little story here. When I was in college, I was almost a tax accountant in 2021, COVID, online class. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to school and be an accountant. I'm going to, get my CPA and go do people's taxes for the rest of my life. And that was when I discovered a little something called Cold Email Mastery, which is a coaching, or it was an info product back in 2021 that was very popular. Some of you here might have gone through it. My business partner now, Daniel, made the course, and myself and my business partners went through it back in 2021. We learned cold email from scratch for the first time 3 years ago. And that program was the launch pad into getting us, we've worked with 300 clients at our agency, 500 plus students at our coaching program, and well over 2,000 customers at ListKit, all from a program kind of similar to, where you guys are at right now. You're learning cold email for the first time. That was me 3 years ago, right? Funny enough, we went on to do so well with cold email that we partnered with the guy who made the course, Daniel, Cold Email Wizard, and we're now business partners on all of our businesses. So first of all, why cold email, right? It takes minimal money up front invested. You have to spend, thousands of dollars on paid ads to get them up and running and profitable and producing results. Cold email takes minimal money up front and it's also predictable, right? So with referrals, you're relying on people to send you business. You can't wake up every single day and say, I'm going to get a referral client today, guaranteed. You can't say that. You have no certainty over when someone's going to refer you business. It's free, but it's unpredictable. On the other side of things, you have paid ads, which is extremely predictable because you can probably estimate how many calls you're going to get per day. But you could be spending $5,000 a day to close a couple of clients, which isn't the best ROI. Cold email exists right in the middle of those two things. Number two, you can reach out to decision makers directly. You can put an email into the CEO of your dream client's inbox and have them read it before they go to lunch, right? And best of all, you're not at the mercy of Zuck or Elon or Google or YouTube who can shut your ad account down on a moment's notice. Hey, you're not compliant with our guidelines for messaging. Shut down, toast, right? Cold email is decentralized, I like to call it, where you're sending from so many different domains and inboxes that know that there's no overarching authority that can shut down your campaigns. That's why cold email is so great. And it helped us scale our marketing agency, which we sold cold email. We got clients through cold email. Then we sold or did cold email for our clients, right? So it was like a self-sustaining system. Myself, Andre here, and Dan, we grew our agency to 100K a month back in 2022. Never needed to get a 9-to-5 job out of college. I was about to graduate and be a tax accountant. Like I said, cold email really took off. Moved right from New York to Florida right as soon as I graduated. And cold email was the single propellant that got me out of college, broke college kid, right, to running a successful business without any, side hustle while I work a 9-to-5 type deal. We went all in on our agency 2 years ago, all thanks to cold email. And I was able to build a personal brand as a result of cold email. Like, I don't know if I would have been confident as a 22-year-old to post to my Twitter audience or my YouTube audience or be face-to-face with you guys right now, talking about anything else besides cold email. So it's done a lot for me, my business, my lifestyle, and it's given me the confidence to work with established businesses because let's face it, every single business owner needs leads. And that is what cold email does, right? So piggybacking off of the agency, we also built ListKit from $0 to $1 million in revenue in 90 days using cold email, right? We went from zero, having no customers, to having 1,200 paying customers in 90 days. Some of that came from our audience, but a lot of that came from a cold email campaign that we ran back in late 2023, where we literally had 100,000 people being contacted by us every single month, selling them data, selling them lists of leads. And we grew to $1 million in revenue in 90 days with zero ad spend on our end, which is pretty crazy, right? We also caught the attention of some of the biggest competitors in our space. Seamless, these guys are funded. 6sense, all these massive data companies, they're running branded search ads under ListKit, which means that number one, they know we exist. And number two, they're trying to steal our traffic, which means that, we're doing something right if these major data companies and our competitors are trying to steal our traffic, basically. So the whole entire cold email campaign was managed by me, my business partner, Andre, and our inbox manager, Kate. 3 people managing, a system that brought us six figures in deals over the first 90 days. But what is really stopping you from sending cold emails? It's not skill, right? Anybody could do it. You just have to learn how to do it, like riding a bike. It's not money. It's one of the cheapest acquisition methods in marketing. You're paying sub $1,000 a month to run it. It's a lack of know-how. You don't know what you're doing. Don't blame you. It's complicated. It took me 2 years to learn. Lack of time. You're busy. You own a business. You don't have time to invest into cold email when you have fires to put out, employees to pay, sales, operations, all this crazy stuff. Or it's a lack of belief because you've probably been burned by an agency in the past, or you've tried it on your own, didn't know what you were doing, didn't get results, don't have any reason to believe that it works. That's completely fine. Here's what you're going to learn today, right? Number one, how to write scroll stopping cold emails that actually get read and responded to. Crazy, right? Number two, how to keep your cold emails out of the spam folder. Number three, how to build a list of your dream 100 clients. And number four, how to implement this into your business, even if you don't have the time. And we're going to wrap up with some info on how you can personally work with me and my team one-on-one to launch a cold email campaign, right? So 3 myths, the 3 biggest myths by far of cold email. Number one, no one reads my cold emails. I'm sending to a brick wall. It's crickets in my inbox. This doesn't work. Number two, all cold emails go to spam. I'm not even hitting the inbox. I'm going to spam. This doesn't work. Number three, it's impossible to find a list of my dream clients. I don't know where to contact these people. LinkedIn isn't working. I'm on Google. This is a mess, right? Let's dispel all these myths one by one, starting with the first lesson, how to write scroll stopping cold emails that get opened and responded to, right? So back in 2022, when we were first starting out, 2021 even, it was rough. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to write in my emails because there was no training like this available to me. And I was down here. I'm like, wow, I've spent 6 months of COVID during college staying in, not going out with my friends to grow this business, and we're not really growing any revenue. I'm at the very bottom of the valley of despair. No one's reading our emails. We can't get any clients. This is rough. And I'm going to tell you guys a story in a minute that got me out of this little valley and up here into the promised land of integration and growth, right? So doing outreach feels pointless. It feels like a waste of time. I felt that way too. If you feel like cold email doesn't work, this is stupid, this is a waste of my time, I was at the same point as you 2-3 years ago, right? And then I discovered this really cool blog about how a yacht broker was selling yachts over email with a 1-sentence cold email. So at the time, all of my emails were a mile long. They were paragraphs of text. They were blocky. They were hard to, comprehend and digest as a reader, and they weren't working, shockingly, right? I found this blog one day, just doing some research on Google, whatever, after class. I was in college. It was a write-up about how this yacht broker was selling yachts, and his entire email was, "Are you looking to buy a yacht?" 7-word cold email, and he's brokering these 7- and 8-figure yachts to ultra-high net worth individuals. And that just completely reframed my entire mindset of cold email, because I'm like, wait a second. If I'm overcomplicating this and it's not really working, and this guy's getting results for, massive yacht deals with a 7-word email, I need to reevaluate everything about my strategy. And that is how I discovered the 1-sentence cold email, which is, as it sounds, it's a 1-sentence question, and the Loom video approach, piggybacking on top of that, right? Pitching a video in your scripts. And that is what I want to show you guys how to do today on this training, is write your very own Loom video cold email pitch. So the reason we're going into a Loom video pitch is because the 1-sentence cold email worked extremely well for over a year. And then unfortunately, I posted about it on Twitter, YouTube. It was all over social media at one point. And it became a little bit watered down. The Loom video approach is the 1-sentence cold email 2 years ago right now. It's working extremely well for myself, my clients, everybody. So here's how you write your own Loom video cold email pitch. Number one, open with an observation about their business, right? What does that mean? Hey, I was checking out your website and I noticed a few things that are hurting your conversions. Hey, I opted into your email list and I noticed a few things that are causing you to lose out on some sales, right? Hey, I got hit with one of your paid ads the other day, and I noticed something that's hurting your conversions with potential customers, right? All these little observations about a business. Take your offer, email marketing, web design, Facebook ads, solar, IT, whatever the case it is, and turn it into an observation. Hey, I was checking out your website. It doesn't look like you're using solar on your facility right now, right? Hey, I was on Google Maps and it doesn't look like your roof has any solar panels on it. Get unique with it, get creative with it. And that's how you write the first line of the Loom video cold email pitch. And then you wrap it up with a call to action. It's literally a 2-sentence cold email, and that's it, right? Hey, I was checking out your website and I noticed a few things that are hurting your sales. I recorded a video explaining further. Mind if I send it over? No need for a call just yet. Mind if I share a video? Interested in checking out a video? That's the entire email. That's it. That's all you're saying is 2 sentences. And that is how you get results with cold email. Okay, so let's say you have an offer that is not publicly facing. And what I mean by that is you can't say, I was checking out your website. Like, let's say you do CRM management. You can't say to a business owner, hey, I was looking through your CRM. They're going to probably call the police or try to get you in trouble for hacking their CRM because no front-facing person can see a business's CRM. So if that's the case for your offer, you don't have a front-facing offer, you can just take a normal cold email pitch and frame it into a video pitch. Hey, do you want to see a video explaining further? Are you interested in checking out a video? Mind if I share a video going over some case studies? That's it, right? Congrats. In the first 10 minutes of this presentation, you now have a cold email script you could go run to potential clients, right? So let's say someone responds to you and says, yes, please send me a video. Okay, well, now what do I do, right? Let's do an example. So let's say I am a web designer and ListKit responds back to my email. Christian from ListKit responds back to my email. Here's a video I would make for them in 60 seconds to give you guys a quick run through, right? Pay attention to how I intro it, to how I, go through the points that I make, and then how I end it with a clear call to action, right? 3, 2, 1. Hey, Christian, really appreciate you responding to my email. Here's a quick video going over 3 things you can change to ListKit's website to generate more sales. Number 1, it looks like this pop-up hit me in the face the first second that I was on the website. With all of my clients over, 10 different SaaS companies, we have seen that pop-ups perform the best when they show up after 10 seconds of someone being on the website. Reason being is because someone that's on the website for 10 seconds or more clearly shows more interest than someone who just lands on the site. By delaying your pop-up, it's going to get you more opt-ins, and it's going to make sure that people aren't fed up and annoyed with your, trying to market to them so quickly, right? Number 2, I love your headline, but it would really perform better if you had a numerical benefit, like close your next deal with our database of 500 million triple verified leads, right? My clients, funny enough, have seen a 200% uptick in sales from their website when they pitch a numerical thing with their headline. And number 3, we've seen a much higher conversion rate when the video explainer on a website is below the headline rather than next to it. So if you just took this headline and moved it down, or the video and moved it down below the headline, you will convert 200 more sales. That's it. Really appreciate your time. Those are 3 things you can change right away to get more results from your website. If you're interested in discussing further on how I can implement these changes into your website right away, let's hop on a call. Let me know how tomorrow or Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern looks on your end. If those times don't work, I'll throw a calendar link in the email below, giving you, the freedom to choose whatever you want on my calendar. Look forward to connecting. Done, right? That was a lightweight version. I'm not a web designer. I just made that up on the fly. But if I was making a video for somebody, that is how I would do it. Hey, here are 3 things you can change. 1, 2, 3. If that was valuable to you, let's hop on a call. I'm not sitting here saying my name's Christian. I have a 2 Comma Club award, this and that. I'm just getting right to the value, giving the person value about their website or whatever you're breaking down for them, and getting them on a call that quickly, right? Now, back to the presentation. I used to only screen share the website for a prospect when they wanted a video. And then one of my clients, came up with a really strong strategy to make sure that your video gets viewed all the way. Because one of the biggest pieces of feedback that I've seen from somebody is they'll say, hey, man, my videos aren't getting viewed all the way. There's no viewer retention on these videos. It's a waste of my time. I'm not going to do it. One of my clients figured out a way to basically call out his ideal avatar in the very first second of the video by writing out the exact traits of his ideal client. So whenever he made a video for somebody, Scott, for example, he would say, hey, Scott, great to meet you. Christian here. We've worked with over 200 funds. He works with investment funds. We've worked with over 200 funds. We really specialize in working with funds that have 1 to 20 employees, are looking to make 2 to 3 transactions a year. Our HNW, I don't even know what this means, which is a good sign that it's so specific to the niche that he targets. I don't even know what this means. I couldn't tell you what any of these abbreviations are. You lack internal marketing support and you're seeking a clean, consistent look with your presentation decks because he sells presentation decks. And this slide, this vetting mechanism, anybody that watches his videos is locked in until the end because they're like, wow, I resonate exactly with all 5 of these bullet points. I'm going to listen to the entire slide deck. Okay, Shaw, thank you for the clarification. But you want to make sure that it's, you're speaking language that only your niche can relate to, right? High net worth individuals, registered. I don't know what the rest of that means. But yeah, so he put like a call out at the beginning of his Loom video, and the conversions were almost 100% of people that open his videos were watching it all the way. So that's a little bit of sauce that you guys won't see anywhere on my YouTube, anywhere on my Twitter. Really, really game changer for your Loom video. So myth number 1, cold emails don't work. That is completely false. They work extremely well if they're written properly, right? If you use a Loom video pitch, if you have a guarantee, if you have good personalization, your emails will work, right? Lesson number 2, how to keep your emails out of the spam folder. I don't want to take up a lot of time here because talking about deliverability is really boring. If you ever check your spam folder, right, it's a wasteland. The people that are sending these emails probably think that they're working. When I made this deck a few months ago, Scott and Junior and Lee and Roy, they probably think that their email campaigns are working, but they're in my spam folder, which means they're in everybody else's spam folder that they're reaching out to, and they're probably getting 0 results, right? So whoever is sending cold emails and going to the spam folder are landing in the spam folder for a few of the same reasons, right? Most people send way too much volume from a single domain, like setting up one domain and blasting 200 emails from that one domain. That's a big no-no. You want to have a ton of domains set up that you equally spread the sending volume across. Number 2, never use a link or HTML or have any images or spam words in your email because that's going to flag the spam trigger. Number 3, the domains aren't set up properly. There's a bunch of little DMARC, DKIM, DNS records that you have to set up properly. A lot of people just don't know how to set these up properly, which is unfortunate. Like I said, a lot of people lack the know-how to do cold email. And if you're landing in spam, you might not have your domain set up properly. And the 4th and final piece that a lot of people miss is warming up your domains to mimic human behavior. If you run a cold email campaign, you don't just want to launch campaigns on day 1 with no warm-up and just start blasting emails because it's not going to work, right? You have to warm up your domains, and the messages look really funky like this. Like my favorite tool knows can you are is to, like, it doesn't make any sense at all what these warm-up emails send. But they've triggered Google and Microsoft that after 2 weeks, okay, this domain is mimicking human behavior. We're not going to flag it to spam. 5th and finally, and most important, most people just send spammy emails that get marked as spam. And even if you have all of these things set up properly, if your copy sucks, if you get marked as spam too many times because of bad copy, you're going to go to the spam folder, right? So here's what you should do to land in the main inbox and avoid the spam folder. Number 1, limit your inbox or limit your sending volume to 20 emails per day per inbox. If you want to send 10,000 emails a month, you have to have like 100 domains sending out 20 emails per day, or you don't need 100, but 50 domains sending out 20 emails per day. Instead of sending 1,000 a day from one inbox, you space it out across 50, mitigates the risk, makes it a lot less likely that Google is going to flag you, right? Like I just said, you scale by purchasing more inboxes, right? You scale horizontally with more pawns on the chessboard instead of vertically by sending all of your emails from the king or the queen, right? Always use plain text, no links, no images, nothing like that. And then write cold emails that people don't want to mark as spam. And this is something that a lot of people do, but they can't control because their copy is trash, right? And that's what I'm here to help you with today. You guys already wrote a cold email script 10 minutes ago by being on here. So you just wrote a cold email script that will not get marked as spam as frequently as something a mile long. When you guys do cold email properly, here's what your calendar will look like. I mean, we were sending, like I said, insane volume back in the day. We still are, but we've relied on ads as well. But yeah, our calendar on any given day looks a little something like this on our closers calendar. We have 5 full-time reps right now, right? So myth number 2, cold emails go to spam. That is false. You'll land in the main inbox if you set your campaigns up properly, right? You just have to set it up properly. A lot of people don't know how to set them up properly. So here is what you can expect if your cold email campaigns are working, right? Greater than 50% open rates. We don't track open rates anymore because to track opens, you have to have a line of code in the email that triggers the open rate so that you can track it. And Google and Microsoft have picked up on that. So now if you have that open rate tracking, there's a higher chance you go to spam, right? So open rates are great, but if your response rates are on point, you can assume that your open rates are also on point, right? So a 1 to 2% positive reply rate. So every 100 emails you're sending, you're getting 1 positive reply is really good. really, really strong, really, really solid, right? A lot of my clients, myself included, right now we're seeing one reply positive for every 250 emails. So if you're getting one per 100, you're crushing it, right? One call booked per 250 emails is also a great metric because, like I said, one positive reply per 250 emails is great. And if you're converting that to a call like clockwork, you're crushing it, right? So these are some of the metrics I look out for. But above all, one client signed per 1,000 emails is the North Star goal that you should see with your cold emails. Because even if you're only booking 2 calls per 1,000 emails, if you're closing one deal per 2 calls, you're crushing it, right? Because you can send or you can reach out to 5,000 people a month for $500 a month. So let's say you're signing 5 clients for $500. Would a client acquisition cost of $100 be attractive to your business? I would say yes, hopefully, unless you're selling like a $19 a month subscription, right? So, lesson number 3, let's move on. How to build a list of your dream 100 clients. We have the scripts, we have the deliverability best practices ready. How do we build a list of people to reach out to, right? Before you ever build build a list of leads or start a campaign, the number one question you should ask is who is my ideal client, right? I've talked to people. I'm like, yeah, who do you work with? And they're like, well, we work with med spas and law firms and real estate agents and really just anybody. And it's like some people squirm in their seat, like they can't answer the question of who do you work with, right? What I mean by that is what industry are they in? What job title do they have? How large is the company? What technologies do they use? And what are their biggest pain points, right? So, for example, I work with CEOs at SaaS companies with 10 to 50 employees that use MailChimp for their email marketing. And their biggest pain point is they don't get enough sales from their email list. That is an ideal client. I'm not saying CEOs of startups and SaaS and marketing and the company size doesn't matter. No, you should be able to answer this question succinctly and specifically because that's going to help you build a list of leads. That's going to inform your copywriting, and that's going to make a world of difference when you go to do a campaign. Let's do an example real quick so I can show you what that looks like inside a list kit. Solar employees or solar and roofing. Let's see. Okay. The industries don't want to cooperate. Okay, so we have solar pulled up. Let's get CEO in as a job title. CEO and founder, CEO and co-founder, CEO/founder. Okay, right. So, and then let's specify employees. Let's do 11 to 200 because that's all we have in list kit. There you go. Right. Here's a list of 6,000 people at solar companies that are CEOs. And literally, what did that take? 30 seconds. I want 3 people per business. I want 100 leads. Redeem. Right. That took 2 minutes. Right now you have a list of leads. So I'll show you how easy this is. Right. CEO. Of course, as I say how easy it is, it wants to be slow. Okay. CEO, founder, CEO, president, right? Okay. So here are all the CEOs. And then let's do employees 1 to 10, 11 to 50, right? Smaller companies. And then let's make sure that they are in the United States. And I didn't show you guys this a second ago, but let's go into it now. The data visualization chart in ListKit shows you the entire extent of your search. So what industry they're in, job title, keywords, locations, right? Oh, I don't want anyone from outside the US. I'm just going to get rid of India, Canada, Brazil, Pakistan. I'm just going to X out all these, right? Because other data platforms, they won't let you get this specific on the entire search result. So you have to go in and assume and pray for the best that it's accurate. With ListKit, you can visualize the entire data set and get rid of anything you don't want, right? So I don't want anyone in IT, for an example, exclude, right? Okay, this list is good to go. I want 1 person per company. I want 100 leads. Redeem credits. You just got a list, right? So that's how easy ListKit is, right? And finding a list of leads doesn't need to be a manual process where you're, going through LinkedIn all day, finding emails one by one. You're not sure if the email's ever going to deliver. Running out to people, you're running out of people to reach out to, right? So all these things are extremely annoying, and that's kind of why we invented ListKit in the first place to make list building a hell of a lot easier. Myth number 3. I don't know how to find my dream clients. False, right? You can build a list of your dream 100 clients like I just showed you in literally a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So yeah, the truth about cold email, right? It does work as an acquisition channel in 2024. I've seen it with myself and my clients. It still works if you do it properly. Number 2, your emails are going to land in the prospect's primary inbox. And number 3, you can find a list of your dream clients without hours of legwork like I just showed you with ListKit, right? The process, right? Offer creation. If you don't have an offer, none of this is going to work. Like people also squirm in their seat when I say, what do you offer? Well, we do web design, cold email, email marketing. We do a bunch of stuff. No, you have to have an offer that follows the XYZ framework. We help X accomplish Y with Z. We help software businesses get 20 new users a month with our cold email system, right? So you have your offer, you write the scripts, you buy your domains, you identify your client profile, and you build a list of Dream 100 prospects. And I skipped a step throughout this entire presentation because we haven't made an offer yet. We haven't created a no-brainer offer yet for your outreach. So here's how you create a no-brainer offer. You map out every single aspect of your business, and then you write every benefit associated with that aspect of your business. Here's a really good example, right? If I'm an email marketer, what are the different aspects of my business? Copywriting, deliverability, design, nurture flows, lead magnets. What are the different benefits of these aspects? Copywriting helps with sales, link clicks, opens. Deliverability helps with bounce rate, open rate, link clicks. Design helps with your feedback from customers, your loyalty, your sales. Nurture flows impact your AOV, your LTV, your conversions. Lead magnets affect your opt-in rate, your goodwill, and your sales, right? So I want to have you guys map out your own no-brainer offer. So for example, let's say I'm doing a copywriting offer, right? We help e-commerce brands X boost their sales by 30% from their email list, Y, with our storytelling copywriting strategy, Z. X is the audience, e-com brands. Y is the benefit, boost your sales by 30%. Z is the unique mechanism. ListKit's mechanism is triple verified leads. No other data platform can say that they have triple verified leads. ListKit can. As a service provider, as a business owner, you have to have a unique angle that separates you from every other person that does the same thing as you. Make sure it has a quantifiable end result. 30% boost in sales, 10 more clients, 20% off my electricity bill, right? Whatever the case may be, make sure it's quantifiable. Number 2, unique mechanism, triple verified leads, storytelling copy system, right? Make sure it's attractive to your audience, follow the XYZ framework that I just went over, and have a guarantee in there if you really want to go above and beyond. We even guarantee you 10 clients a month or you get a refund, right? Speaking of Daniel, right? So what happens when you have a really good offer, right? Eamon here joined our program, worked with us over 2 years ago, offering video editing and YouTube content, and he had a really good offer. I'll make you one free YouTube video, and then he basically would sign them as a client once everyone saw how good his YouTube video was, right? Lead magnet guarantee. So Eamon went from literally 2K a month to 90K a month with cold email and outreach for his YouTube offer. The kid's 18 years old and he still lives at home with his parents, right? Absolutely crushing it. My buddy Max here does email marketing for ecom. He went from 0 to 50K a month back in March. I think he's at like 120K a month right now. Like the kid is absolutely crushing the game. Like his growth is one of the fastest trajectories I've ever seen for an agency. And you can see with his cold email campaigns, he booked 25 calls in a month. He closed 4 deals. He added 20K in revenue, 8K MRR from cold email, right? So the 3 steps as a reminder to a successful cold email campaign: map out every single aspect of your business, services and benefits, create offers with the XYZ framework, and then test the offers in the cold email campaign. Guys, this is the beauty of a cold email campaign, is not only can you use cold email to generate leads, you can use it to test new offers, right? If you've ever asked your friend or a coworker, what do you think of this service? Should I roll it out? They're always going to be like, yes, men. They're going to be like, yeah, that's a great offer. Try it. It's totally going to work. Cold email is the biggest, most unbiased response feedback loop you will ever get with an offer, because if no one wants it, no one's going to answer your emails, right? You're going to know after a week or two if your offer is good or not. And if it's good, you'll get responses, you'll get booked calls, and you'll have validation that this is a good offer, right? That's the beauty of cold email, right? Anthony here has a no-brainer offer. He booked 23 calls in 48 hours for his podcast agency. Raphael booked 7 calls in 24 hours, right? Adam here booked 3 demos for his client. Different Adam took an SEO agency from 0 to 31K in 4 months with cold email, and he's used the exact same script that I wrote for him to do the whole thing. One cold email script grew his agency from 0 to 31K because he kept booking calls from the one script. So we just kept doubling down on it, and it kept working and kept working. And he's at 30K a month with an SEO agency, which is a hard offer to sell, right? Myth number 4, cold email will not work for my business. Completely false. Cold email works extremely well with the right offer, the right copy, the best deliverability practices, a good list of leads. It works extremely well. Keith here went from, I don't know what he was at before, but he hit 25K a month as a grandfather running an SEO offer for real estate agents, right? Still being able to spend time with his family, didn't sacrifice work-life balance, closed the second client of the week for 2K a month, 4K a month from cold email just this week, right? Diedrich, working a 9-to-5 tech job, started a cold email agency from scratch, got to 11 clients 3 months in, right? So what happens when you follow these steps, as you guys have seen? Matt here went from 0 to 45K with a cold email agency. Nick and Troy, they live in Tampa with me. They're at 20K a month with their lead gen agency. Kanan is at 50K a month, I think, with his staffing agency, and he lives in Lebanon. So he's earning USD, and Lebanese currency is a lot less valuable over there. So he's doing extremely well for himself. Same with Adrian, lives in Mexico, added 4.6K in MRR, right? Still in college in Mexico, making 4.6K MRR from cold email, right? Pretty insane. So the only real way to get clients, you should do a mix of all these things, but referrals are great. You can't rely on them on a day-to-day basis. Content, also feast or famine. You have to go viral and get a bunch of views to get clients. Ads, okay, we're getting somewhere, but you have to spend a ton of money. You have to pay to play. Cold email is the perfect hybrid of everything. It's reliable like ads, it's inexpensive like content and referrals, and you can count on it to get you leads on a consistent basis if you have a good strategy in place, just like Adam did when he used one cold email script to get to 30K a month with an SEO agency. That's how predictable it is, right? How can I implement a cold email system into your business, right? We will build a cold email system into your business. I write the cold email copy with all my expertise that you've seen on this call. We set up the domains in the inboxes. We give you 5,000 leads from ListKit. We help you build the list. You get a one-on-one onboarding call with someone from our team to make sure that you're ready to go and you're comfortable with your strategy and you have a good offer in place. I write your cold email scripts, like I said. You get the cold email vault, which is a swipe file of 100 conversations that converted to a call. You get cold email mastery, which is the program that I took 3 years ago to learn cold email, and then I remade as a partner of the person who made the original one, right? So you get free access to this course. It's typically $500 on the open market. Google it, look it up. And you also get, I guess I deleted it, you get the sales vault, which is a recording file of 10 conversations or 10 sales call recordings that turn to close deals, right? So you guys could go off and set cold email up on your own. No hard feelings. I don't blame you. Go for it. But here's what that's going to look like. First, you have to set your domains up all on your own. That takes a little bit of time. It's a pain in the ass. I've done it time and time again. You have to figure out how to build your own list of leads that won't go to spam. Also annoying. You have to write your own copy. There's a ton of variables. What do I say in the opener? What do I wrap it up with? Do I use links? What do I do? Okay, everything's working. Now I have to handle the replies that I get from prospects and turn them into booked calls, which is another art in and of itself. Response handling and objection handling, tricky. And if you miss one step of all this, you're back to square one. Your domains blew up. Your list of leads isn't good. Your copy sucks. You're not getting any results. A lot of variables at play with cold email. Okay, I don't want to do it on my own. What if I go hire an agency? They can do it for me, right? They're going to charge you an upfront setup fee of probably $1,500 or $2,000. I want to let you guys in on a secret because we used to do it at our agency. That upfront setup fee to pay for the tech, $400 of that pays for the tech. The $1,100 or $1,900 extra dollars goes in their pocket as profit, right? Then they're going to charge you monthly retainers, $2,000, $1,500, $3,000, whatever, or a pay per lead model where you pay per the sales call that they book. Guess what? If they book 10 calls for you in a month and 0 of them are qualified, they're going to invoice you for all 10 calls, even if you didn't get squat out of them, right? So you need the perfect storm to work with a lead gen agency. If they do too well, you're going to fire them because you have to work on your client fulfillment and you don't want to run lead gen anymore, and you don't want to pay their retainer every month because you can't handle their lead flow. Or they underperform and you're paying a retainer for nothing and you fire them. The only scenario where a lead gen agency stays on, or you stay on as a client of a lead gen agency, is if they get just enough results to get you some clients, but not enough results to overload you with clients, and not too few results to where they suck and you fire them. So working with an agency is a mess. You're leasing the system. If you fire them, they delete everything tomorrow and you're left with nothing. So here's what we can do for you guys, right? It's a perfect hybrid of doing it on your own, working with an agency, our setup offer. You own the system. You're not doing it on your own because we build it for you, right? And you're not paying an agency fee because we're not profiting like an agency. We're just building the system for you and handing it off to you with a year of cold email mastery, with a one-on-one strategy call from our team, with the cold email vault. Here we go, with the sales vault, right, which is 10 sales call recordings, all from cold email. And the total value of all this combined, we sell the setup offer for $2,000 upfront. You can book a sales call and find out. Our sales reps will quote you this price. Cold email mastery is a $500 course that we sell every single day. Our calls are $200 an hour. Cold email vault is $100 online. The sales vault's $200. The total price of all this would be $3,000 together. You get all this right now for $997 as a webinar exclusive price, right? Like I just said, go book a call with our sales team through our funnel. They're not going to quote you $997. They're going to quote you $1,500 to start, and they're not going to give you any of the bonuses I just mentioned, right? I only want to work with you guys. Like, listen, no hard feelings at all. If you work with us, great. I would love to help you. If not, no hard feelings. I only want to work with you if you're serious about growing your business, number one. Number two, you have faith and believe in cold email after watching this presentation, because the worst thing in the world is when we work with somebody and they're like, I don't even know if cold email works, but I'll give it a shot. Don't want to be involved with that. We want to work with people who are eager and excited to run cold email, right? And I want you guys to be coachable. Like, we're building it out for you, but I want you to be willing to understand why things are working, how to test your own copy, how to handle responses, how to book meetings, and if you're ready to get the ball rolling today. Not let me think about it. Q4, let's pick this up in Q1. We want to work with people who are ready to get started right now and start generating leads with cold email, right? Is this $997 per month for 1 year? No, it's $997 up front. And then we have a monthly tech fee of $500, $900, or $1,200, depending on how much volume you want to send out. $500 a month gets you 5,000 leads. $900 a month gets you 10,000 leads. $1,200 a month gets you 15,000 leads. So the amount of leads goes up, perfectly even, but the pricing is obviously scaled. So you're saving some money per lead as you go up. But yeah, the upfront payment is $997. Here's a great analogy for you guys, right? Picture the $997 as like you're buying a car, right? We build the car for you. We sell you the car. Here's your Toyota Camry. The $500 a month is the gasoline and the insurance to run the car, right? The only reason we're doing this entire process is to sell you the gasoline, which is the list kit data, right? We're not profiting on the build out, which is why we're so much better than an agency, because we don't need to profit on the service to put food on our plates and, make money, right? Our only goal here is to get you on as a list kit customer. My man, Russell Brunson here taught me best. He sold ClickFunnels with something just like this. He would sell you a service where they would build a funnel for you, and then you just pay ClickFunnels subscriptions every month. We're doing the same thing here with cold email, right? Once you have the system up and running every month, you can use whatever leads you want. You're still paying for the list kit subscription, so you can use the list kit leads, but you can also run your own leads through the system all you want. No hard feelings. We don't care, right? We also have an email verifier tool that can enrich and make sure your emails are accurate. So if you have leads from other tools, throw it into ListKit's email verifier. We'll tell you which emails are valid, which ones are not valid. Next step, I want you, if you guys are interested, email me, Christian@listkit.io. If you have more questions and you're ready to sign up, I'll send you next steps, right? So to reiterate, $997 today, and then $500 a month to run the system. And that's going to get you a cold email system that reaches out to 5,000 people a month. We've had a couple of case studies recently with people closing a deal or two a month at $500 a month. Like I said, a deal for $250 per deal. I mean, I don't think anybody's mad about that, right? Even $500 a month for one deal, right? If you're closing one deal a month for $500 a month and you're charging $5K a month, the ROI is insane, right? So that's the beauty of cold email, is how high of a return it is. So little clarification for you guys. If you sign up at the $297 on the website, that does not get you the done for you build out. You're just getting 10,000 leads a month inside of the platform here, right? You're not getting us a cold email system. You're just buying the gas. We're not building the car. On the checkout page, it's going to quote you the $1,500 up front. The reason that we have to charge you $1,500 and then refund you $500 is because all of our subscriptions, the entire subscription billing infrastructure of ListKit, is coded into the $1,500 a month price. And if I were to charge you $997, it would mess up your recurring billing and everything would be messed up, right? The way that we have to do it to get around this is charge you the $1,500, and as soon as you sign up, I process a $500 refund for you and you get that money back. So you're only paying the $997. And then the monthly billing does start immediately, because imagine you buy a car. You can't wait a month to buy gas and insurance. You have to pay for gas and insurance on day one. So hopefully that makes sense. Cool, guys. Well, that about wraps it up. Thank you for being here. Really good stuff, you guys. Thank you for being here. Cheers.